My lords, ladies and gentlemen, we are assembled here together, the peers of the realm, those that are available, and the members of the House of Commons who are available, to greet on his arrival in these islands one of the foremost statesmen of his generation. I called upon Field Marshal Smuts to address you.
Mr. Chairman, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, I am very sensible of the great honor you are doing me today, and I appreciate this vast audience, the reception, the welcome you give me. But above all, I appreciate today the presence and the chairmanship here of my old leader, LG. No less have we been blessed with distinguished leadership in this vaster struggle of today. I sometimes wonder whether people in this country sufficiently realize what Winston Churchill has meant and still means. Not only to them, but also to the allied peoples, the United Nations, and to brave men and women everywhere today in the world. I pass on to the war situation. The fall of France was followed by two other events, both of the greatest importance for the subsequent course of the war. The first was another fatal blunder of Hitler. Balked in his air attack on London, he saw that it was unsafe to attempt an invasion of Britain before first clearing his rear in Russia. The magnitude and duration of Russian resistance have surprised not only Hitler, but everybody else. Probably no such losses on both sides have ever been suffered in the history of war. If the Russian losses must have been terrible, it is equally true that the German army is bleeding to death in Russia. The second result of the fall of France was the almost total collapse of the entire Allied position in the Far East. Vichy opened the door to Japan in Indochina. And through that unexpected opening, the flood poured into Siam, Malaya, and Burma. But these things will pass. For Japan, as surely as for Hitler's Germany, the writing is on the wall. All that will remain of this spectacular Japanese success will be Japan for these. For Japan has infallibly sealed her own doom. Pearl Harbor was at once a challenge to America, to Western civilization, and to the principles of good faith on which it is basically founded. In the long run, Japan will not be good enough as an associate even for Germany. There are degrees in infamy. Not that I deplore a Pearl Harbor. From our point of view, it was a heavy price, but well worth paying for the immense gains that have resulted. It was what the chemists call a catalyst. It suddenly crystallized, precipitated, and solidified American opinion as nothing else in the world could have done. At one sudden leap, America was in the war. I now pass on to another point and wish to emphasize the deeper significance of the struggle on which we are engaged. We know now beyond all doubt what Hitler's new order means. He has outraged and insulted and challenged the very spirit of humanity and tried to found a new barbarism. I come to this question: what is the sort of world which we envisage as our objective after this war? What sort of social and international order are we aiming at? It is no longer a case of socialism or communism or any of the other isms of the marketplace, but of achieving justice and fair play for all. With honesty and sincerity on our part, it is possible to make basic reforms both for national and international life, which will give mankind a new chance of survival and of progress. Let this program, by no means too ambitious, be our task, and let us already now, even in the midst of war, begin to prepare for it. And may heaven's blessing rest on our work in war and in peace.
And I think you will allow me, in your name, to express to him our most profound acknowledgments, our gratitude, our thanks for all he has done, in the long years of his life. And also for the impressive statement which he has delivered to us this afternoon on what is in many ways an unprecedented occasion. And I ask you, all of you, to signify your feelings by rising and giving him the acclamation which his character, his life's work equally deserve.